Father shoots baby with can of mace. Are they black or some other race?
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm a mom who breastfed my husband. Now we want a fourth child.
White.
So he can do it again. Let me keep reading. This is supposed to take 15 minutes. You've seen the agenda of the show.
Sorry.
A Florida woman bonded with her husband by breastfeeding him, and they've considered another child just so they can keep going. Rachel Bailey, 31, and her husband, Alexander, 30, have been grieving their non-traditional bonding method since their youngest son stopped breastfeeding and Rachel stopped producing breast milk. I was breastfeeding both my son and my husband, and then one day my son just no longer interested in my breast milk. I continued feeding Alexander for about 2 weeks, but it was like my body knew that my son no longer needed the milk and it was all gone. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Oh my God. No, of course. No questions. Totally normal. So Florida, you said?
Yes.
Okay. They have 3 kids. Dad's still around because he likes them titties. Think. Does it say what the husband does for a living?
No. Why would that be relevant in the story?
Sometimes they throw that in there. Like, Daquan Marshall, computer programmer or whatever.
We get up each morning at 5 a.m. before the craziness of the day begins and enjoy the calmness of the early morning. We chat, meditate, and just breathe. We also started some business ventures together, so that has been a new fun way for us to bond.
Some business ventures. There is zero chance that these people are black. Business ventures, meditation, bonding, zero chance they're black. I'm going with white. I have to go with white.
Okay. That's your final answer?
Yes.
Black.
No. Am I just taking your word for this?
You click the link. There's pictures of him sucking her tit.
Ugh, no, thank you.
You suck at Guess the Race. You used to be so good.
I know. I was good for a while. I don't know what the hell happened. I lost all my Guess the Raciness. I don't know what the hell happened.
I know what your problem is. You got cocky. You used to ask good questions to try to get somewhere. Now I didn't even get through the headline and you were screaming white. So you got tunnel vision. It's like you forgot all about racism.
Because I've got it in my head that you're trying to like pull one over on me. Like, I'm not going to let you do it. You know what I mean?
Which is why you should have thought black. The names themselves scream black.
What was the name? Rachel.
Alexander. Why would I say the names unless I wanted you to pay attention to the names?
No, because if they don't sound black, you say them.
Right.
But
if they sound black and they are black, then I will not say them. I'll say I'm not going to say the name. Like if it's DeQuanson or whatever, then I would just skip it and say the man.
The man. But these are getting harder because
you're making them harder. You've lost sight.
Three kids.
Go chase some chickens around the yard and get trained.
Three kids working on the 4th. The dad's still around, and I'm supposed to guess black. Come on, guy.
Okay.
I think I'm just getting bad at it.
I think so too. Okay, so Beck sent this over.
All right.
And here we go. So this is kind of old news. I think we might have talked about it when it happened, but we argued just about the high level banning books from libraries.
Okay.
You remember that?
Yeah, vaguely.
Okay.
I mean, I think we've had a couple conversations about it.
Louisiana U.S. Senator John Kennedy read some pretty graphic sexual language from certain books during a Senate Judiciary Committee hearing on book bans.
Okay.
The senators are looking at how and what should be available to young people in libraries across the country. So they're talking about public libraries, not school libraries. That's how I'm reading it.
Yeah, that's different than school libraries. Okay.
Well, because it never says anything about, I think maybe it is school. I don't know, whatever. Many were surprised to hear such language in a book available to young people, but some say this is more about censorship, as Louisiana has several fights about book content going on right now. Okay, as a warning, some of the words below are graphic.
Oh, God.
This is Senator Kennedy. I put some lube on, and I got him on his knees, said Senator Kennedy, Republican from Louisiana.
I love that.
Senator Kennedy was reading an excerpt from a book, All Boys Aren't Blue, on the committee floor earlier this week. The book's very graphic words would describe, perhaps be heard on the street, and there is also talk of oral sex, but it is graphically described.
Okay.
And I began to slide into him from behind, said Senator Kennedy. Okay, so they go on and on and on.
Yeah.
I guess the crux of the conversation was he was speaking to an LGBTQIA plus activist.
Don't forget the plus.
And he was asking them, what is it that you want? Because he was saying that Senator Kennedy was saying that the parents should have some say in what books their kids read.
Right.
And the activist was saying it should be a discussion between the teachers and so it had to have been school libraries, between the teachers and the students.
And the parents should have zero say.
Right. So that's what the debate was. So what I'm going to present to you to give you a little more, I want you to close your eyes and just picture yourself. And I want to know how aroused you get, because I have the audio of him reading from these books.
Okay.
The first one is called All Boys Aren't Blue.
So sexy.
And I will quote from it. I put some lube on and got him on his knees. And I began to slide into him from behind.
It's like my grandpa reading a bedtime story.
I pulled out of him and kissed him while he masturbated. He asked me to turn over while he slipped a condom on himself. This was my ass, and I was struggling to imagine someone inside me.
My ass.
He got on top and slowly inserted himself into me. It was the worst pain I think I have ever felt in my life. Eventually, I felt a mix of pleasure with the pain. Close quote. All boys aren't blue.
Close quote.
Okay. Is there anything... Okay, up to this point, I thought there was nothing less arousing than gay porn.
Somebody reading gay porn? Some old, probably fat white guy reading gay porn? Not even trying to be sexy with it?
Okay, so do you think that, based on what you heard there, should that book be in a school library?
No, of course not.
Why? No, I wasn't prepared to argue because I thought for sure you were going to say yes.
In a school library?
Yeah, there's 18-year-olds in school. And there's some parents that are okay with. So who decides what books shouldn't be in?
The parents.
The parents can't decide what books can be in the library and not be in the library. They can decide, they should be able to decide which books their kids can read or check out.
Why can't the parents decide which books can be in the library and can't be in the library?
Because there's 500 sets of parents.
Okay.
So I guess if it's unanimous, that book can be taken out from the library for 1 year until the next round of students comes in, and then another set of parents.
Okay. So you're telling me that unless it's unanimous, no books can be removed from the school library?
Yes.
So if a librarian for the school library...
No, I'm saying no books should be removed from any libraries.
School libraries.
Any libraries. Even
I'm strictly talking about school libraries right now. So when I say libraries, I mean school libraries, just to be clear. Okay. So you're telling me that if a school librarian decides that she wants to put a graphic novel of, let's say Hustler puts out a graphic novel and it's just people fucking, you're good with it? Goes in the school library because there's one parent who says, yeah, my kids can read that.
No, I'm saying that Okay, so obviously, and that's fine. We're going to get twisted up, whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Right.
Well, obviously, anything published by Hustler, even if there's no mention of sex, not allowed in the school library. That's fine. I'll give you that.
What about Penthouse?
Is it just Penthouse letters, or do they have ads? I don't want my kids exposed to ads.
Right. So you're drawing a line and then saying, well, no, of course, Hustler. No, not that. So then you're drawing another line. So who gets to draw?
No. You're the one drawing the line. I'm saying if you have to be 18 years old to buy the book, then it shouldn't be in a school library. How's that?
Okay, then why don't you have to be 18 years old? I'm not saying you should or you do. Why don't you have to be 18 years old to buy graphic novels that show gay sex?
What
or
if it's gay sex?
What's that?
Well, we said the same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not the one that fucking decides how old you have to be to buy something. I'm just saying that's my line. If you have to be 18 years old, then it doesn't go in the school library. Anything other than that, it's up to the individual parents to decide if the kids can check it out.
And how do they administer? How do they administer? I think that's worse. How do they administer that?
What do you mean? How do they administer that? How do they stop 16-year-old boys from checking out movies at Blockbuster with titties in them from the adult section?
They put them behind a beaded curtain. So you're talking. Okay. So now you want a beaded curtain in the school library?
What a beaded curtain room in the school library? Hold on. You know what? Maybe this will help.
All right.
The second is another much discussed book. I'm sure you're familiar with it. It's called Genderqueer. Okay.
Of course it is.
Let me read an excerpt from that. Quote, I got a new strap-on harness today. I can't wait to put it on you. It will fit my favorite dildo perfectly. You're going to look so hot. I can't wait to have your cock in my mouth. I'm going to give you the blowjob of your life. Then I want you inside of me. End quote.
Oh, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's the quality literature.
You just don't understand what it's like for little gay boys and gay girls to grow up and not have any literature.
Uh-huh. So, okay. What if we have a different set of rules?
Okay.
What if you read the book out loud to a group of regular parents and none of them blush or are embarrassed in any way, the book is good. I guarantee you can't read this book out loud and normal people wouldn't be like, ooh, wait a minute.
No, I don't like your rule.
Why?
Because if one person blushes, then you can't then you can't have the book?
Right.
No.
No, you should burn the book.
No, there's all kinds of books where at least one person would blush, and they should be in libraries.
Like what? Like Mein Kampf? You think Mein Kampf should be in school libraries?
I do.
I mean, so do I. I'm just.
He's just talking about his struggle.
Right. He's not allowed to struggle. What's the deal? So nowhere, like when the school libraries remove pornography from their libraries, which shouldn't be there in the first place. That's not censorship or book burning or book banning or any of that horse shit. It's not. It's just not.
How do you know what is pornography?
I don't know, but I'll know it when I see it.
Easy way out.
Right. How do I know what's pornography? I can't answer that question.
Okay, what about this? Here's what I think.
All right.
And this is what I was trying to go for a funny conversation and it didn't land. So of course I wouldn't want this fucking book. I don't even want it in a public library. I don't want it sold online. Whatever.
I want the publisher shut down.
But I would say it is okay to put the audio tape of this book in a school library if it's Senator Kennedy reading it. I would go there and listen to it.
Only on if it's on 8-track. So I don't understand how we got to a point where this is like a discussion, and how they were able to like hoodwink people into thinking that it's censorship or book burning or book banning or whatever to not let kids read porn. How did we get to where instead of defending the fact that kids shouldn't read porn, now we have to defend, well, we're not for banning books. They like switched the whole thing around to make it look like you're being like you're banning books if you don't like porn in the library. And we were so stupid that we let it happen.
I don't think that's the case.
All right.
I think it happened quicker than we could react to it.
Oh, okay. What? Really? So okay, we've had time to react now, but these books are still in the libraries.
I don't think they are.
We've been talking about it for like 3 years.
I told you it's an old story.
I think they are. I think they are. I think that librarians, it's like what do they call it? Like the long march through the institutions. One of the first things they took over was the libraries, right? They put in charge of the libraries, and then the people that are in charge of the libraries are the ones that set the books that come into the libraries, and they're like, bring in the gayest shit you got.
I want a butt fucking section. Where's that at in the Dewey Decimal System?
Yeah, I want the gayest shit, the shit that says how bad capitalism is. I want the shit that says all the things that we want these kids to be indoctrinated with. Gay, bad capitalism.
My opinion is that school librarians should have zero say as to what books are in the library.
Okay.
I don't think that it takes, I think you just have to apply for that job. It's not like you have special skills that you can disseminate what needs to be read and what can't. They're not like a real librarian. They're a fucking school librarian. They also teach gym.